I think one main thing that you taught me this year that I might lean on a little more next year is that always draft for the upside. Draft guys who have the most upside, even if you have to reach sometimes, like a Patrick Mahomes, for example. You know, is that something you drive by, Mo?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about I don't know if I can say it any better than you just did, but it's hard to be really clear about what the lesson is. But I think upside is the key. So it's like people talk about 0 RB, 0 wide receiver, take Antonio Brown with the first pick overall, all this sort of stuff. And it's like, the fact is they're like stud running backs, I think are still the most coveted asset in fantasy football, because you'll find one or two here and there, and we'll get to those, and I'll get to those next. But like, there's only a dwindling number of good running backs to start every week as the season goes on, right? Like, and so maybe it's not even about quality; it's about quantity, right? But if you're gonna get like 5 running backs, 6 running backs, however many is a lot for your team, I think you're best to like go for the best running backs you can get, as high as you can get them, and then
upside.
So like Nick Chubb, we talked about, was like the intersection of like startable and upside, right? And so I thought that's why I thought he was a great pick. Is like people drafted Rashad Penny to start for them. You know what I mean? And it's like
Sony Michel, another guy with upside.
Michel, right? Even Carry-On, who was good until he got hurt. But like, Chubb was a guy you could draft not to be a starter, who could end up being a starter, right? And so, and then it's just like, basically, it's like, okay, go for stud running backs or talented third string running backs, and then like nothing in between. So don't waste your time with your like RB2s, your default RB2s like Drake and Collins. Don't waste your time with those guys. If you're in a league that allows you to trade up for like draft picks, or it's an auction league, you have salary cap, you get a lot to it. Like, try to get 2 stud running backs and then 3 just stashes, and like see if you can laugh.
You're right, because like I'm starting to really feel like, I've been playing fantasy a long time, but like, situation doesn't matter if the talent isn't great. So Alex Collins is a great example of that this year. Even Lamar Miller, to an extent, I mean, he hasn't been that great all year. So
the RB2s, if you have an RB2 who just like, the running back that averages the 20th most points per game for a full season, you don't want the 20th most points per game in your lineup every week. That's just a guy who stayed healthy all year, It's just, you just got to aim higher, man. You got to aim higher.
That's the thing. I'd rather have a replacement level player, even to start, and stash the Chubbs, the Sony Michels, the Aaron Jones, because every year it happens. These guys, they pop at some point in the season, some earlier than others, and the upside's just bigger. So you might as well just have more lottery tickets with more upside on your bench and deal with whatever you can for the first few weeks. And fantasy is such a lucky game sometimes anyways, that you could still have a good record even with a replacement player. I mean, look at Ebron, for example. I mean,
look, man, Ebron helped carry me, man. He was the reason why my team was like a good team. You know what I mean? My team was not that good all year. It was pretty good at times, and had everybody not flopped after I traded for him, it could have been a good team. But like, Ebron just produced points, and I'm like, all right, what am I gonna get? I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get cute. I'll go with Ebron because he's just been cranking out big weeks most of the year, touchdowns every week, and then he gives me nothing. Like, what are you gonna do, right? Like, it's Ebron. He'll give you nothing. And every time he does, you're like, I can't believe I started him.
Yeah.
Touchdown in every game this year. And then I'm still like, I can't believe I started Eric Ebron.
So are you going to be watching tonight's game with some butterflies in your stomach? Are you going to be getting anxious, emotional, I guess disappointed when Alvin Kamara gets his 21st yard of the game?
The weird thing is, so yeah, what I hope actually is if Alvin Kamara and Luke Kuechly collide on the first play of the game, I'll feel terrible. But if they were to happen, I'd want it to happen on the first play of the game.
Right.
The next thing I want to happen on the first play of the game is Alvin Kamara breaks off a long run. And then it's like, okay.
Put you out of your misery. Just shoot me just end this right now.
Yeah, because otherwise, here's the weird thing is in both my other leagues, both my opponents, because the playoffs are a crapshoot, both of them have both Curtis Samuel and what's his name? Ike Thomas, the tight end?
Ian Thomas.
Ian Thomas. Okay, good. Sorry. Ian Thomas. Sorry.
Thomas.
Yeah. So it's like, here we are in week 15, and in 2 leagues, my opponent are riding on 2 guys that, like, were maybe, like, one of them wasn't drafted. One of them I had never heard of until recently, and the other one wasn't even drafted at the beginning of the year. Like,
unlikely. I mean, they'll each have to score like a total of 3 or 4 touchdowns combined. The game's in Carolina, so just because of that, I think it'll be a little more closer, more competitive.
Yeah.
I think if it was in New Orleans, I wouldn't say that as much, but New Orleans is looking a little more human these days, and I think the Panthers, this is their season on the line apparently tonight. So it should be a good game.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm safe in our league, and in this other league, that's the one that's like a points spree, right? So like they're both pass catchers. It's PPR and everything else you can imagine. So they'd have to do a lot to be in our league. They just have to like sneeze on a football and they'll get enough in this other league though.
Right. So if you're watching this and Kamara sneezed, Kuechly had a sack, Kamara had a good first quarter, then you probably know what happened in most matchups. But props to you, man, for making it to 3 semifinals.
Thank you.
Not easy to do, and at this point, you just gotta let it go, man. Because, like you said, you can't really make a lot of moves, and it's the kind of part of the year where it's like a little less fun to be the GM because you're not GMing, you're not making moves, but you're just watching. So good luck to you, man. I hope it works out to you.
Yeah, and I'm excited though. I'm excited to be advancing to the finals in our league, and I think if nothing else for the show, I think that's good. It's some amount of justification. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would be bad if we were both just like eliminated from the playoffs. Like, we played a league too. You don't have to worry about it. Whatever.
We'll definitely get to our league for sure. We might even do a little interview with your finals opponent who's been on our show before. So look out for that. Thanks for watching. Good luck to everyone at the end of week 16.